Woo! How about the Buccaneers? We did it. We did it, and in convincing fashion. Man, I'll tell you what, it started off, I was like, man, I wasn't confident we were going to win. It just hasn't been, we haven't had the dominant season that we should have, considering how good our offense has been. But, we get the ball, we drive down the field, score a touchdown. If they get the ball, drive down the field, score a touchdown. I'm thinking, oh no, here it goes. Here it goes. Defense is just going to fail us again. It didn't turn out that way. We whooped them. We whooped the Panthers in a game that we needed to win. Interesting things in this. Payne Durham, he had a really good game. We got to see Devin Culp, who we had talked to. It was so strange. I've talked about him in the chat this week about where's he been? How come we're not playing him? And he goes out there and ends up with 3 receptions, 52 yards. Fantastic. We got some stuff to cover here. But real quick, just to sum up the game, we dominated them. Jamel Dean ended up leaving the game with some knee injuries. He might be out for the season. Cansey got a sack. Bucky Irving dominated in the run game. Pretty much all of our running backs dominated, but Bucky Irving really looked good. He's a special guy. Mike Evans had a great day, getting one step closer to that 1,000-yard season to break the record. Let's see, Panthers had a missed field goal. The Panthers called a timeout. They're not showing good coaching over there. Good. I don't know what's going on. Well, but they called a timeout. The first play back after the halftime. The first offensive play before they snapped the ball, they called a timeout. It was very strange, very strange. Probably the best play on this game was the duck decoy play where the Buccaneers blocked a punt, ran it back for a touchdown. There was a duck on the field, and the announcers were they were showing the duck and talking about the duck, and they missed showing the Buccaneers blocking the punt. They had to replay it. But then they showed the duck afterwards. And of course, it was a guy that looked like Gus Swayze carrying the duck. We got a lot of guys on our team that look like Gus Swayze. And apparently, a lot of guys that look like it on the sidelines. Stats wise, the Bucs as a team, 552 yards of offense. Panthers 204. Offensive plays, Panthers had 46. The Buccaneers had a whopping 74. That's almost 30 plays more. Rushing, the Panthers had 39 yards. Buccaneers had 202. Passing, the Panthers had 165 yards. Buccaneers 349. Time of possession, Panthers 18 minutes and 49 seconds. The Buccaneers 41 minutes and 11 seconds. Sacks, the Panthers had 2, the Buccaneers had 5. Those 5 players were Diaby, Hall, Nelson, Cansey, and Braswell. There were no interceptions or fumbles or turnovers by either team in this game. The Buccaneers, like I said, did have a blocked punt that we ran in for a touchdown. We only punted 1 time. The Panthers punted 5 times. Panthers had 13 first downs. The Buccaneers had 33 first downs. Third down efficiency, the Panthers were 2 for 9 at 22.2%. The Buccaneers were 10 of 14 for 71.4%. Domination. Individual stats. Bucky Irving, 20 carries, 113 yards, 5.7 yards per average. Sean Tucker, 8 for 39, 4.9 yard average. Rashad White, 6 carries, 30 yards, 5 yard average. He actually had the lowest carries of all 3 running backs. Bucky Irving had 20 carries, Tucker had 8, and White had 6. Interesting. Baker Mayfield went 27 out of 32 pass attempts for 359 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 153 quarterback rating. Very good. Not perfect, but very good. Mike Evans, 8 for 9, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns. McMillan, our standout rookie who's really coming on strong at the end of the year. 5 for 5, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns. Very interesting stat I found. Levante David had 1 tackle. That was the only stat he had on the stat line. Now, we just signed Shaq Barrett yesterday. Re-signed him off of free agency. He cleared waivers. He did not play in this game that I saw. Snap counts haven't come out yet, but I didn't see him on the field at all. So it was a dominating performance by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just a beat down to the Carolina Panthers. Last time we played them a few weeks ago, it went into overtime and they should have won that game, but we got a strip sack or strip fumble in our red zone. They were going to score and win the game, but we got a strip fumble and we're able to go down to score. It was a very close game. This game was not. We dominated them. We needed this game. We've got to win the next one. We needed to win the next 2. We've got 1 down. For all those wishing for Bowles to be fired, you're going to have to wait at least another week to see if that turns out. As it stands right now, I think he's got his job still. But we'll see with the Liam Cohen situation. I tell you, woo, that's going to be interesting. Congrats to Rampage for winning again, 2nd week in a row. In the score predictions, he picked the Bucks 24-38. Dino was close at 30-37, and Gotti came in very close, picking the Buccaneers 28-37. But Rampage did win again. Final score of the Buccaneers-Panthers game was 14-48. What a beatdown. I love it. Love it. Good game by the Bucks. The secondary, of course, needs to tighten up. The Panthers shouldn't have got as many pass yards as they did. You know I'm going to complain about that. Dean is probably out for the season, I would think. Sad to realize that there is only 1 week left of the regular season. Man, it's almost time to hibernate again. We play the Saints next week, who got beat by the Raiders today, who we beat the Raiders. So according to football math, we should beat the Saints. Here is to hoping that the Falcons get whooped tonight by the Redskins. And we really need that because the Falcons have got to lose one of the next 2, and we've got to win both of our next 2 in order to win the division. So go Commanders. And until next time, go Bucks.